G'day legends, it's your boy back again with this type of video. I'm pretty sure I did this in my last one too, but can't remember. Didn't bother checking before I did it. So anyway, here we go. Right, what a interesting few days it has been. So jumping on now to update you guys on what's been happening in my life. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So as you guys know, sold the BA, sold the Great Wall, bought a 4 cylinder for $1,000. Turns out the water pump in that was too far gone, ended up breaking completely, which then caused me to lose all the coolant that was in it. So I ended up having to send that to scrap. Made $150 back off that. So I'm down whatever that is. You guys can calculate that if you want to. But with that being said, I have been on the hunt for another vehicle because I didn't think before I did when it come to selling the cars I had. And now I'm not so much stranded per se because I do have mates that want to help and etc. so forth, and I do have money to get taxis to and from if I have to. And I have everything within a walking perimeter, provided the weather here in Wyler allows me to do so. But yeah, so sent the 4 seal to scrap, but I have got two different cars lined up at the moment. I'll be doing more on them next week. I am going to be doing a video on which one I get, so stay tuned for that. A few other things have happened as well. So the night before I got little man back, I ended up in hospital with a severe toothache on my right side back. Went in there and was informed that I had fractured my tooth. Since then, I've been put on antibiotics. I've taken said antibiotics, still am. I've got appointments next week to have my mouth looked at, assessed, all the bells and whistles. And then after that appointment, I have another appointment to then pull said tooth out. And then after that, it'll be just taking care of the teeth I have left. So I wanted to also jump on here and give you guys a word of advice. Ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages, it doesn't matter. If you've got teeth, please look after them. The pain that I experienced Monday night was absolutely horrible, and the wait time at the Weiler Hospital was absolutely horrible as well. So to avoid anything like that for you guys, just brush your teeth. It takes 2 minutes of your day. I'm the idiot who didn't listen to my mother when she was telling me to do the same thing. Keep in mind, she still tells me to this day, and I'm 27 years of age. So there is that. But parents don't say things without reason, especially when it comes to your health and your teeth and everything in that bracket. So make sure to look after your teeth because now I've got to go and get my top right rear pulled and then my top right left looked at and potentially pulled too because it's starting to rot away. So from now on, even when little man goes back to his mum's, I'm going to make it a habit to brush my teeth every day. And I hope you guys do the same. You know, that pain is, oh, I don't even want to go back down that road. I even spoke to my mum about it because she was the person I rang while I was up there. And she even said that she puts toothaches and pains up with giving birth, and that's saying something. So, yeah. But apart from that, nothing else is really going on. Got little man home the following day. Everything's been all sweet since. Like I said, I've been taking my antibiotics, not eating anything too hot, too cold, too hard, etc. so forth, which was told to me by the doctor or whoever he was that dealt with me up at the hospital. And then got little man home, ended up having a 3 day heat wave where it was high 30s, low 40s. So that was fun. Ended up sleeping in the lounge room for 2 nights in total and then moved back into the bedroom last night, I'm pretty sure. So little man's asleep in his bedroom, which is all good, no drama. It's cooler now, so I took him to the park today. And if he behaves, I'll be doing the same thing tomorrow to get him out of the house to make up for the time that we lost for the 3 days that it was, in fact, very, very hot. But yeah, a few other things have happened in my life, but those I'm not going to talk about because they don't need to be discussed. But yeah, so that's more or less what's happening in my life. I've got tomorrow and Monday with the little man, and then he goes back to his mum's, and then I from there will be organizing these other cars. So yeah, I've got a little 4-cylinder auto for 1,200. I've spoken to the person who's selling it, and I'm going to go have a look at that, see if it's worth the 1,200 they're asking. I mean, it's registered, it runs, and it hasn't been sitting for an awful long time, so that's always well and good. I do have another car lined up alongside that as well. 6-cylinder auto. The only downfall with that one is it's got starting issues, and it's roughly the same price. So, as much as I want to go with the 6-cylinder, I think I may go with the 4 because cheap on fuel, cheap in registration. It's registered, it's running, etc., so forth. But I want to actually have a look at the 6-cylinder before I make my final decision, because even though the 6-cylinder has problems, it doesn't look to be that expensive to fix. So yeah, I've also been chasing one of these for quite some time. So yes, but as it stands at the moment, the 4-cylinder is looking like the way to go. But that will all depend on obviously what happens when I go there and see it and take it for a test drive and whatnot else. But yeah, so that's more or less where we're at the moment. I'm just sitting here watching good old Spanion on the YouTube, watching the video where he bought his Skyline. So props to him for that. 105 grand is absolutely ridiculous to spend on a car, but hey, if you got the money, spend it, I suppose. I, for one, do not have that type of cash, but I plan to get close-ish to it by the end of this year. So I'll be doing more YouTube videos, posting more on TikTok, more on Instagram, more on Facebook because I do have Facebook as well. But I've been keeping a lot of my social media stuff private because I just can't be bothered dealing with the negativeness and the drama that comes along. But at the same time, being 2026, I actually want to make some sort of career, if that's what you want to call it, out of this social media stuff, entrepreneur, if you want to say. But yeah, and in order to do that, all my social media platforms have to be public, and people need to be able to reach out to let me know what's what and everything like that. So that's the goal for this year. I've already started. So yeah, I am still running my business as well. It's just taking a little bit of a dive because I don't have the finances to deal with it at the moment. But I have been applying for jobs every other day. So I'm hoping that one of the jobs pulls through so then I can start making some money to then get my actual business where I want it to be. But until then, it's just this looking after little man until I can get a job. And then once I get a job, that's when I'll start again focusing on the business and what it is and what I can do with it and whatnot else. But yeah, I'm also using the Anko mini mic. So as you guys can see, I do have 2 of these, but this is the only one with the cover on it. I might have to go back into Kmart and buy another set because Milo, my feline friend, decided to take off with one, and I don't know if he ate the or if he put it somewhere and I just haven't found it yet. So I don't know what these are called. I think they're the wind protectors, I think. But yeah, so that's why I'm using this one. So, but I do still have both, and I do have the tripod and the other setup. But personally, I don't know if I will continue to use them because I tried to do a video a little while ago, and for some reason there was no audio, and I had the phone plugged up to the adapter, which then had the 3.5 for the microphone plugged into that, and I did get it to work for the Wild Dog Hill video that I did. Shout out to everyone that's watched that and whoever watches my videos. But then after that, I can't seem to get it to work. There are bite marks because of this little bugger, but I don't think that can or has contributed, but it might have. I'm not too sure. So yeah. Anyway, that's more or less everything that I needed to update you guys on. Little man's actually been a lot better this time around. Thank God for that. So yeah. Anyway, not much else is happening this week, so no other video apart from this one until next week when I get this whole car situation sorted. But I'll keep you guys up to date with that and what I've decided to do and not do, and yeah, go from there. So anyway, that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace out.